no, from breakoffs. No matter what rainbow uniform you wear, red, white, purple, and white, uh, 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 all white, it don't matter. You should all treat the ISUPK like your weird, misunderstood Sabbaths. You shouldn't do anything until you counsel with the ISUPK. We'll tell you when and what to eat. We'll tell you who to marry. We'll tell you who to have sex with and how. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your wives. We'll tell you how to resolve conflicts with your kids, your brothers, your sisters, your parents, your friends, everybody. We'll tell you when and how to pray. We'll tell you how to direct your life in a way that's pleasing to the Most High God of Israel and our Black King Yahushua, aka Jesus Christ. We will be to you instead of a God. Just like the Most High told Moses in Exodus 4 and 16 that Aaron would be to him instead of a mouth and he would be to Aaron instead of a God, that's what we'll do for you. It is what you all need because none of you know what the fuck you are doing. I pray you understand. Shalom.
Shalom, Israel. This is the ISUPK Star, 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. And since 1969, we have been teaching Blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans that they are the true Jews that the Bible speaks of. This is the Tuesday Brotherhood class, and today we'll be talking about another topic that tends to break up the brotherhood between brothers and sisters of Israel. And the topic that I'll be discussing today is greed. Let's see, Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. As we all know, or tend to a certain extent at least, uh, greed is something that tends to ruin brotherhoods all across the nation. When brothers are constantly searching and chasing after materialistic items and is willing to sacrifice anything to get it, that's a spirit that's against the Most High and uh, constantly breaks brothers apart, like for bags, for fancy cars, for money. And we back in the scriptures right now, so let's start off first with First Timothy chapter 6, and we'll start off at verse 9. Again, that's First Timothy chapter 6, verse 9. And it reads as the following: But they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare. I see Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. For those that don't know, a snare is a type of trap meant to hunt, meant to capture small animals specifically. Now, the Google definition for that word specifically is a trap for catching birds or animals, typically ones having a noose or wire cord. So, as that scripture says, as I'll read again, but they that will be rich fall into temptation and a snare. Now, temptation and a snare, the quickest example that comes to my mind when I think about that one line is like the P. Diddy situation, right? He was tempted and ensnared by all of these frivolous things that were in the world, and it destroyed him. Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. Because see, that's the thing. We see fancy cars, we see money, and we tend to believe that that is they're living good, right? Oh, the Lord must love them because of all the things they own. Well, but then look at PD. Look at people like PD. Look at people like what's that person that owns that island? Epstein. Yeah. Look at people like Epstein. Look at people like Trump, Megan Thee Stallion. Right. Well, point of the matter is money doesn't having money or having a lot of money doesn't mean that the Most High is with you. That just means that you were in a position to be uh that you sacrificed being living a righteous life for materialistic goals. And though you got those goals, they will just as swiftly as you got them, the Most High will easily take them away from you. Let's keep reading the scripture. Again, this is verse 9. And into many foolish and hurtful lusts. Ooh, R. Kelly, P. Diddy. What's another one? What's another one? Megan Stallion. Hurt, foolish and harmful lust. Because that's what wealth does, right? It corrupts your mind. It makes you think you're on top of the world, right? It makes you puff yourself up and believe that you could do anything, right? Oh, look at all this money I got. I could buy so many cars, right? I could buy so many women, and then you get bored with it all. Oh, now all of a sudden you want to do stuff that is inhumane or villainous, just because you have the money to do it, right? Not even because of a sick, foolish, and hurtful lust that's what your riches of the flesh gives you, right? Continue on. Which drown men in destruction and perdition. Now, Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, I don't believe that I have to explain the word destruction, right? But it brings upon those individuals destruction. P. Diddy, it destroyed him. R. Kelly, it destroyed him. Those individuals are destroyed, even if they come out of prison, right? Even if they're released from their sentences and are brought out into the world, no one will ever view them the same way again. No, whatever respect or fame or wealth that they had, whatever blessings they believed that the Most High was giving them, or whatever protection they had because they trusted in their wealth is now gone. They trusted in their greed and fell to it. But anyway, that word perdition, for those that want the definition, is a state of eternal punishment and damnation into which a sinful and unpenitent person passes. No, this is Christian theology. I need the real definition. Suffering for an endless period of time. All right, so Black man, Bad man, Native American man, suffering for an endless amount of time. That's what riches bring. That's what greed brings. That's what uh, thirsting after uh, carnal desires brings. It brings your destruction. Right? Always, you're feeding your flesh, but your spirit is starving. Right? Let's go into verse 10. Verse 10 reads, "For the love of money is the root of all evil." You'll steal for some money. You'll kill for some money. You'll take another man's woman. You'll commit adultery for some money. You'll lie after doing all these things for some money. You'll cheat on your husband for some money, right? But see, the love of that money, the love of that money, the appreciation of that money, the honoring of said money is the root of all evil, right? Let's continue on. Which while some coveted after, right? Which have some have coveted after. Now, for those that are aware, what's the word coveted mean? The word coveted means greatly desired or envied. So once again, which while some coveted after or greatly desired, that money, that wealth, that bread. Right? Continue on. They have erred from the faith. What does erred mean? Now, the definition of the word erred is be mistaken or incorrect, make a mistake. The lust of money, the lust of greed, of cardinal possessions causes you to go away from the faith. It causes you to go against that which the Most High told us to do. It goes against what Christ died to make sure that we had the chance to get back to. Right? But continue on. And pierce themselves through with many sorrows. Constantly, Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. You'll turn on the news and you constantly hear about all these people that you thought, oh, they're so wealthy, right? All this money, all these cars, all these women, they gotta be happy. Then you're there hearing about them having massive depression, commit suicide, doing heinous acts in secret, and then it comes up to life and their life falling all into disarray. Those are those endless sorrows. The lust of money brings upon those sorrows. See, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, rather having lust for money, we should have love for the Most High. We should be following His laws and statutes and commandments and be putting them in the highest position in our hearts. Cash shouldn't be as valuable to us as the world tries to push it out to be. Money shouldn't be your God because you have one. Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. You have a Lord that's willing to fight and die for y'all. That even after we messed up years ago, even as we are getting punished for our wrongdoings, He is still going to come. He is still promised that His Son Christ will come back, and free us from all this suffering. But you got to be worthy of that. You got to put the work in. You can't expect for blessings to come upon you and you're not doing that which the Most High wants you to do. Right? You can't keep the spirit of foul spirits like greed, lust, or envy and expect for the Most High to just come bless you or keep your family and your loved ones safe. Make sure you have, just joy and love in your life. But let's go down to the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 5, verse 9. And we'll start verse 9 again. This is the book of Ecclesiastes, chapter 5, verse 9. And it reads us the following: Moreover, the profit of the earth is for all. The king himself is served by the field. All right, see, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man. Man, what it means by the profit of the earth is for all. It's like growing harvest or cattle, right? The harvest of the land is for us, Israel, is for blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, because that's who the Bible was built for, right? That's who it's referring to when it says for all, right? But let's continue on. Verse 10: He that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver, right? Uh, he that puts all his faith into cash, into carnal objects, right, won't be satisfied once he actually gets them. Like if he spends all his life doing all these terrible actions and things to get cars and fancy watches and stuff, once he finally gets it, he isn't going to be satisfied with it. As a matter of fact, which one? Come on. As a matter of fact, there's another scripture I'd like to pull up real quick. This scripture is from the book of Philippians, right? And this is the book of Philippians, chapter 4, verse 11. And it reads as follows: Not that I speak in respect of want. Not that I speak in respect of want. For I have learned in whatsoever state I am, therewith to be content. See, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, as that scripture reads, you should be content with this condition that you are in. The fact that can watch or listen to this class at all, the fact that the Most High has allowed for this class to reach your ears and to truly uh, reach you as a person, means that you are having that right now. You have the chance to get better. Right now, you are learning about the Bible that the Christian church isn't teaching you. They're teaching you fables and falsehoods. They are preaching about being a good person without actually teaching you the correct way to do it by the Bible. Right? They keep saying, oh, you must be a good and faithful person to the Most High, but then they don't do anything that the Most High said. But getting back to the book of Ecclesiastes, this is verse 10 again. He that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver. Right? He won't be content with what he has, as the previous scripture says. He won't be satisfied as the Bible tells him to be, right? Continue on. Nor he that loveth abundance with increase. Nor the man that loves like having a lot of things, like having a lot of cars, a lot of cattle, a lot of land, a lot of women. He won't be satisfied with increase of his stuff. He'll always want more. He'll always want more cars. He'll always want more money. He'll always want more land. He'll become an insatiable beast. Uh, Continuing on, this is also vanity. Now, for those that aren't aware, let's look up the definition of the word vanity real quick. The word vanity means the excessive belief. Sorry, that's not. Sorry, wrong definition. The vanity means the quality of being worthless or futile. And that's what the Bible is trying to say that greed is the lust of more than you have, more than you already own. It is a futile pursuit that brings about one's own destruction, as the previous scripture already showed. Let's continue on to verse 11. And it reads, when goods increase, they are increased that eat them. Right? Like if the amount of bread in a store increases, the amount of people that will go to the store to buy bread also increases. When fancy cars increase, the amount of people who want to buy that fancy car also increases. To and what good is there to owners thereof, saying, beholding of them with their eyes? Let's break that down. And what good is there to the owners thereof, saving the beholding of them with their eyes? See, Black Man, Spat Man, Native American Bad, what this scripture is trying to say, well, Slocket is saying, is that what good is it to hold on to worldly possessions, to put them in such high and not be satisfied with that which you have, right? Money will pass through your fingers every day, right? You may get like $500 this week, right? By like say 2 weeks, that $500 has probably dwindled down to 200. But that doesn't mean you're not going to get $500 later. So you should be content with the 200 you have rather than always chasing for more. Because then, okay, now you're at the 500, but no, same person gets same amount of money. Rather than being content with the money he has, he then tries to chase for more. And now he's not. So what does he do? Well, he got his 500 for his job. But if he's not content with that, he might think to himself, well, you know what? Maybe I'll look for other avenues to make money. And what are some of the easiest avenues for people to make money, right? Everybody wants to think of, and the quickest answers are usually the most unrighteous, like selling drugs and cocaine and weed to your brothers and sisters, ruining your society even more just to fill your pockets with maybe what, like $200 maybe a week, and that's if you're not pulled over by the police. That stealing from your brothers or sisters, like going into their houses, getting chill with them, only to rob them later on. Uh, uh, that also brings about your destruction, because who's to say they won't come back for the stuff in which you stole from them? And let's say for a while you get away with this, right? You start doing these vicious and vindictive acts, and you start getting in a high place. The Most High chots down every single villainous act you've ever done. All of this. He keeps a note and record of it. And when you think that you're getting away with it, you are not. He will punish you, and you will be punished accordingly. Uh, let's go down to Hebrews chapter 13, verse 5. Let's see, Black Man, Spat Man, and Native American Bad. We as a people must understand that the lust of Materialistic items and gains is what destroys our people. We are so focused as a, and that's what they want, right? That's what Esau wants. That's what the white man wants. That's what all of our oppressors want. They want us destroyed. They want us slaughtering each other for a bag, for bread, for that brick, right? They want us slaughtering each other for materialistic items, killing each other over Rolexes and cars, which, as the Bible states, will only bring your destruction. And we see proof of this on the news almost every day. Uh, Someone of Israel, or heck, someone not even in the nation of Israel, becoming rich, thinking they, and we all sitting here believing they live in the good life, and then that all that does is bring about their destruction. Let's read Hebrews chapter 13, verse 5, real quick. And it reads as the following: Let your conversation be without covetousness. Let your conversation be without covetousness. So let's see, what does the word covetousness mean? Now, the definition of covetousness is a strong, inordinate desire for something, especially something that belongs to another person. Right? Be not covet. Let your conversation be without covetousness. No, don't walk around talking like, man, say, David over there with that nice Rolex, man, I really want his Rolex for real, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying, or you see Jacob's nice Hellcat over there, man. I wish I had a ride like that. Like, don't spread, don't speak with a spirit of covetousness. Don't speak with a spirit of greed, always wanting that which other brothers have. Again, as the Bible said in Philippians, be content with that which you already own. The fact that you're alive, enough, it should be enough, right? The fact that the Most High has given you enough blessings to be alive, well, and able to even watch this class should be enough for you to accept, right? Because the Most High doesn't give these many blessings to many people. There are plenty of people that have died long before they even hit the age of 6, 7. If you made it to the age of 18 in the US and you are a Black, Hispanic, and Native American man, let's just look at the rate real quick. How now this Google search, the percent of Israelites that make it up to 18 to 20, right? 18 to 20. The percentage is, for Hispanic or Latino, it's 24. For non-Hispanic, American, India, or Alaska Native alone, it's 1%. For basically Israel, for us, is a very low percentage for us to even make it to 18 and 20. The fact that you have made it to that age, if you're at that age right now, you should consider that alone as a blessing. You shouldn't be trying to covet that which you don't already own. Be content with that which you have. But let's go to 1 Corinthians chapter 5, and we'll start at verse 11. Because see, Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, almost every day I turn on the news and stuff, I keep seeing our people be led astray by the spirit of greed, the spirit of lust, the spirit of envy, the spirit of pride, constantly being. Go on. Okay. As a matter of fact, before I get to First Corinthians chapter 5 real quick, I want to go back to First Timothy. Again, this is First Timothy chapter 6. We're going to start this time at verse 6. And it reads as the following. Verse 6. But godliness with contentment is great gain. Being accepting with that which you have, being okay with not being the richest man in the world, with not having the fanciest cars or what the world wants to consider the prettiest women or being the buffest dude in the gym, just being content with who you are and what you are, you know. But godliness with contentment is great gain. Verse 7. For we brought nothing into this world. When you were born, you didn't have anything. You were naked. You just came with yourself. Continuing on. And it is certain we can carry nothing out. Because see, Black Man, Fat Man, Native American Man, this world puts too much focus on materialistic items and goals. It puts too much focus on cars, too much focus on houses, too much focus on marrying the prettiest dame in the world or the fanciest Rolex. Lex. And sure, those things sound nice on paper, but you came into this world with none of those things. And when you leave this world, you'll surely leave it without them. You won't be able to take your Rolex. You won't be able to take your bands or your bricks. You won't be able to take your fancy jackets. You won't be able to take none of that with you. So instead of trying to covet that which you don't have, appreciate that which you do. Again, back to First Corinthians chapter 5, verse 11. It reads as the following. Verse 11. But now I have written unto you, not to keep company, right? Not to hang around with, right? If any man that is called a brother be a fornicator. Now for those, a fornicator. Or covetous. There's that word again, covetous. Or an idolater. Or a railer. Or a drunkard. Or an extortioner. With such an one know not to eat. Don't even associate yourself. See, Black man's bad man, Native American man. Don't even associate yourself with those that live a sinful lifestyle. The gang bangers, the drug dealers, the bullies at school. Don't associate yourself with those that would drive you out of the faith of the Most High. With those that live off of materialistic and carnal desires. Because Black man's bad man, Native American man. The Most High has ordered us and made us to be and do better. And we have our solemn duty to make sure that we do not disappoint. And Black man, Fat man, Native American man, if you truly do not want to disappoint the Lord, follow the laws, statutes, and commandments. And here in the ISUPK is the only place you'll truly learn how to do that. Verse 12. For what have I to judge them that are without? Right? Well, do not ye judge them that are within? See, Black man, Fat man, Native American man, what this scripture is saying is if you are so quick, right? Once you join the ISUPK and shed the world and you become a righteous individual, you may notice other people that are trying to become righteous in themselves that might make mistakes that they used or commit habits that they used to have in the world. And what this scripture is trying to say is don't be the one who's trying to correct your brother that is within the faith, but not willing to say that to those that are without it. Like live with the ideals of the faith on all accords, and you shouldn't be staying with those that don't live by the doctrine. If they aren't willing to live from the Bible, part from them. Don't associate yourself with them. Don't associate yourselves with the bad apples. All right. Verse 13. But them that are without God judgeth. Therefore, put away from among yourselves that wicked person. Because see, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, those that are without the Most High will judge. They'll judge you. They'll try to judge the way you live, the way you dress, right? Once you join this the ISUPK and truly understand the Bible, they'll judge you, regardless of what you tell them, regardless of what you show them, right? So part yourselves away from those that are so entranced and enticed by the uh, lustful worldly desires that are around them. Don't associate yourselves with those types of people, because at the end of the day, it will bring upon your own destruction. All right, I'm gonna read one more scripture uh, before we head out. Uh, I, let's go back to First Corinthians, because there's one, and we'll go to chapter 13. You see, black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, what we gotta understand is that we can't be taking the spirit of greed, because as the Bible has shown, the spirit of greed brings upon destruction. We aren't even supposed to be associated with those that have that spirit on them. So what's this? So what is a spirit that the Bible does want us to take on? Well, here in First Corinthians chapter 13, I'll show you. The first verse reads as follows: Though I speak with the tongues of men and angels, sorry, and of angels, and have not charity, I am become as sounding brass or a tinkling cymbal. Right? Though I preach the word of the Most High, if I don't have charity, my words are useless. Right? Verse 2: And though I have the gift of prophecy, right? Though I have the blessing of the ability and opportunity to be able to give out prophet, share the prophecies of the Bible with the people of Israel, right? Continue on. And understand all mysteries and all knowledge, and though I have all faith so that I could remove mountains, and have not charity, I am nothing. Verse 3: And though I bestow all my goods to feed the poor, and though I give my body to be burned, and have not charity, it profiteth me nothing. So, what is charity, right? What does it mean to truly have charity within one's heart and one's soul? Verse 4: Charity suffereth long and is kind. Charity envieth not. Charity vaunteth not itself, is not puffed up. Verse 5: Doth not behave itself unseemly. Right? Seeketh not her own. Is not easily provoked. And thinketh no evil. Verse 6: Rejoiceth not in iniquity, but rejoiceth in the truth. And for those that may not be fully aware, the word iniquity means immoral or grossly unfair behavior. Charity rejoiceth not in iniquity. It doesn't. To be charitable means you don't rejoice in the suffering of others. Like when someone else is having a rough patch in their life, you don't rejoice from that, but you rejoice in the truth. Verse 7: Beareth all things, believeth all things, hopeth all things, endureth all things. Verse 8: Charity never faileth, but whether there be prophecies, they shall fail. Whether there be tongues, they shall cease. Whether there be knowledge, it shall vanish away. For we know in part, and we prophesy in part. For without charity, all of those things are useless. Every single one. Verse 10: But when that which is perfect is come, and that which is in part shall be done away. When you have charity, all that everything comes together. Your prophecies have weight. Your knowledge, the information that you have in your head has true meaning as it will be used. The sacrifices you were willing to do for your fellow Israelite, like now holds true meaning with true charity. Verse 11. When I was a child, I spake as a child, understood as a child, I thought as a child. But when I became a man, I put away childish things. Verse 12. For now we see through a glass darkly. For now we see unclearly. We don't see the whole picture. We're not getting the full image. But then face to face. Now I but now the glass has been removed. We're slowly seeing everything face to face with charity. Now I know in part. Without charity, you will own all these things will only be in part. You won't preach your prophecies, given to the poor, teaching the laws, statutes, and commands of the Bible, knowing the Bible. Without charity, you'll only have parts of that. You'll only be doing half of what you're supposed to. But then shall I know, even also I am known. Verse 13. And now abideth faith, hope, charity. These three, but the greatest of these is charity. See, Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, out of those three that were listed, the Bible claims charity to be the greatest. And if I'm not mistaken, charity is the exact opposite of greed. See, Black man, Hispanic man, Native American man, we are ordered and ordained not to take on the spirits of our oppressors, not to take on their greed, their lust, their envy, and their terrible actions or faiths. And with that, class dismissed, and we'll be reading the ice. I'll be reading the ISUPK security announcements. This is the This is the ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK, Star 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rules for new brothers and sisters. When a new brother or sister comes into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must get permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There is another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6 months period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Tithes, which is a commandment, Numbers 18, verse 21, and Malachi 3, verse 8 to 10, means 10. It means tenth in the Hebrew. Ma'ashara. 10% of every penny of any increase the Lord gives you. Give to the treasury department or teacher. Priest fund. Priest fund. Free will offering for priests. Not mandatory. Whatsoever amount you would like. Upcoming holy convocations. Please look towards the ISUPK official website for knowledge and information on the nearest or closest ISUPK holy convocation. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the school, start wearing all black boots, shirt, pants, headband, and scarf. And with that, we're going to do a courtesy salute to the birds. Man of Israel, Major Shabbat, Majim, Barak, Yahweh Hashem Yahshua. Now we're going to give one courtesy salute to the sisters, Men of Israel, Ma Shabbat, Amijim, Barak, Yahal Ashamar thrown by Hashem Yahshai. And with that, class dismissed.